అదే
అది అట్లే వచ్చింది.
So good morning, ma'am.
Morning, sir. We can start, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Tomorrow semester, shall we start, sir?
Yes, sir. We can start. He already joined in the name of Deepak.
Yes, sir. Deepak, sir, good morning, sir.
Deepak, sir, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Deepak, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
Shall we start, sir?
yeah.
Okay, Divya, you can start, ma'am.
Okay, sir. A very good morning to all the respected dignitaries, venerated people from industries, distinguished speaker, staff members, research scholars, fellow students, and dear friends gathered for today's webinar session, Motors Used for EV Application Design Aspects. On behalf of the Jubilee Department of MSCC, we welcome you all to this session and extend our hearty thanks for finding time in your busy schedules and joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, we all must have heard of the term electrical vehicles, as we all know that the resources for vehicles, that is, the renewable sources, are getting depleted, and electrical vehicles will become the order of the day in the future. EVs are vehicles that are either partially or fully powered on electric power. In today's session, our esteemed speaker will enlighten us more about the design aspects of EV. So let's not waste much time and dive right into our session. I now call upon our spirited head of the department, Mrs. S. Soundrabala ma'am, to introduce the chief guest to our audience. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Divya. To our dearest secretary, ma'am, beloved principal sir, respected dean ma'am, esteemed professors, staff, students, and fellow scholars. Good morning to all of you. On behalf of the Department of EEE of Meenakshi Sundararajan Engineering College, I welcome you all for this one-day workshop. I would like to extend my warm welcome and greetings to our speaker, Dr. A. Deepak, an electromagnetic design engineer, ePropel System Private Limited, Chennai. Dr. A. Deepak received his bachelor's degree in Tirumalai Engineering College, Kanjipuram in the year 2006 and completed his master's degree in CEG, Chennai in the year 2009. Dr. Deepak earned his PhD degree from Anna University in the year 2017. He has 13 years of teaching experience in various engineering colleges and 2 years of industrial experience. At present, he is working as an electromagnetic design engineer in ePropel Systems Private Limited, Chennai. He has published more than 14 journals in various reputed journals like Elsevier, Springer, and other like journals, and completed 4 consultancy works also. His area of interest is in the finite element analysis of special electrical machines and the application of power electronics in electrical drives. Dr. A. Deepak is a reviewer in applied computation of electromagnetics, Elsevier energy, and IET electric power applications. We welcome you, sir. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and join in the workshop with the young minds who are sure to learn a lot about the electric vehicle motor design technologies and take away better understanding that will guide them in discovering opportunities for growth in this post-pandemic world. And automobile industry is witnessing a dramatic change with the advent of electric vehicles. Today, the industry demands new skills in automobile engineering that could resonate with paradigm shifts in the technical roles due to the electrification of powertrains. I'm sure this workshop on motors used for EV applications, design aspects is a walkthrough to these changing demands and is an opportunity for engineers to look for a better and brighter career. I wish you all great success in your future endeavors. And I once again thank Dr. A. Deepak, who agreed to be part of this workshop and share his knowledge through this platform. Thank you, sir. I welcome all the participants to this event. So over to Divya.
Thank you, ma'am. Before our respected speaker takes over, I'd like to make a small request to our audience. People, kindly ensure that your microphones are muted to avoid unnecessary interruptions. Also, if you have any queries, kindly put them in the chat box along with your institution or organization name, and ensure that you mention the slide number if your question is with reference to it. We assure that your questions will be cleared at the Q&A session. Thank you. Now, all right then, we are all set for the presentation. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Good morning to one and all present here. Okay. First of all, I convey my thanks to HOD of EEE Department, Professor Soundarabala ma'am, for giving this opportunity for me to act as a resource person in this workshop. Additionally, I convey my special thanks to Dr. Kumarasamy sir, Associate Professor in the Department of EEE, okay, for approaching me and inviting me as a resource person for this one-day workshop. Okay. Also, I thank coordinators of these events who are all supporting me. Can I start my presentation now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can start.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. For next one and a half hour or 2 hours, we are going to discuss about motors used for EV applications in design aspects. Okay, we all know about the motors, but how it is suitable for EV applications. what technical skills as a electrical engineer we need for a industry. Those who are doing a PhD, how you are going to choose your research problems in EV applications in machine point of view. These things we are going to discuss briefly in next 1.5 hours. Okay. At the end of this session, if you are a student, you should know what is electrical machine design, how it is applicable to industry. Our students always interested to do projects in project centers in the area of power electronics and power systems. Apart from power electronics and power system, you have a wide opportunity in motor design engineering. If you are a final year students or third year students, try to attend this workshop sincerely. That means you are able to know, comes to know about machine design. Okay. Without paying any money, just to spend your knowledge, you are able to do your final year projects in this specific area. Okay. That is my suggestion. Those who are doing a PhD, going to register or doing PhD, still you don't find any problems in your research area. I will give some suggestions during my presentation. Just to listen that presentation, you are able to find some problems in this domain. Those who are willing to publish papers in well-reputed journals, who also try to work in motor design area, you are able to get good publications. That's my suggestion. So I know the students and professors, faculty members, assistant professors attending this workshop. So try to listen my presentation. Those who are, anybody attended already my presentation, any SEC or some other institutions, you try to, again you are listen carefully, because I want to teach some additional softwares here, because it's a 2-hour workshop. So definitely I use some brief details about softwares. Okay. I move to my presentation. So contents of presentation. Next 1.5 hours, we are going to see about what is the basis of electrical vehicle, basic components used in electrical vehicle, current scenario in EV, different motors used in EV, there's analysis methods, different analysis methods in EV, software tools used for motor design. I need to teach about 2 different softwares like MotorSolve and Magnet. Okay. If anybody know about this software, they are having this brief skill already, try to attend the additional software and try to learn additional software like MotorSolve. If you know MotorSolve very well, how it is applied to industry, just learn about it. Then finally, I will give some applications which is completed in MotorSolve and MagnetSolve. These things I'm going to present next 1.5 hours. Electrical vehicle. Okay, you all know about that electrical vehicle. Okay, what is the purpose of motors in electrical vehicle? Okay, so normally motors used for electrical vehicle applications in propulsion purpose. Okay. That is the main aim of motors in EV. Normally, these motor getting power supply through some battery or solar panels, okay, or some other fuel cells. That means all the motors here used is DC motors. That is, it gets DC power supply. Then that DC power supply converted to AC power supply through some power electronics computers. So definitely we have 2 opportunities here. One is motor design and power electronics design with the controller. The motor used in electrical vehicle applications normally represented in the form of kilowatts. Okay. We used a 3-phase voltage source inverter for EV applications for converting DC to AC, especially 120-degree conduction model. Advantage of electrical vehicles over conventional vehicles. We all know that initial cost is very, very high in EV vehicles, but the running and maintenance cost is very less compared to ordinary IC engine based vehicles. Pollution free, okay, because we have no IC engine carbon CO2 emission, so pollution free. That's the main advantage we go for EV application. We are able to integrate with renewable energy sources. Battery also possible, solar panel is also possible. That's a benefit of EV. Eco-friendly materials. That means reusable materials we are able to use in EV vehicles. That's the advantage. That is eco-friendly. Health benefits. No pollution, no CO2. That's a benefit of society is also is there. Safety improvements compared to IC based vehicle, we are able to integrate more sensors in EV application. That's the major EV vehicles. That's the safety improvements. Our energy society. We know that our petrol price is approximately 97 rupees today. Maybe next 1 week it reaches 100 rupees or more than 100. So still our country having major issue on fuel crisis. So if you go with EV application, our energy society, that means our economic benefits also is there. That's what we mean by our energy society. You see, it's the current status of EV in all over the world. If you want to know about all over the world EV status, you go and refer that website, IEA, International Electrical Association. There you see that. It's the first one. It's the first chart. You see electrical vehicles all over the world in different transportation modes for different countries, how it's growing. Okay, you see different countries, either China, Europe, United States, they are the major contributor. Out of all other countries, China is a major contributor. Okay, you see, it's a blue one, it's a China, they are contributing more. Okay, they are the heart of EV vehicle, because still, if you have 900% EV vehicles, 90% of motors used in EV applications all over the country buying from China, because their raw materials are available with low cost. So production cost and labor cost also very less. So we are able to get low cost motors. Okay. Then you see here, it's another how many cars sold in 2020. Okay, here you see in China, battery operated vehicle, plug-in hybrid electrical vehicle, they are occupying more space in this chart in 2020. Still continuously increasing in China compared to other countries. So you know that from this chart itself, you know that China is the major contributor for electrical vehicle. Here you see different countries, they increase their EV market. During this COVID pandemic period also, they increased their EV productions in past 1 year, from 15 to 25 years. You see that this chart continuously keeps on increases. Either China, Europe, okay, United States, Netherlands, UK, okay, all the countries continuously keeps on increases their production in EV. You know, different challenges is there in EV applications, but top 100 members in EV applications, they said these are all the constraints in EV applications. That's 5 constraints are lack of charging. Charging is a major issue in EV application. Then lack of appropriate EV type. That means type. We are selecting battery electrical vehicle, hybrid vehicle, plug-in electrical vehicle. Which type we need to select? Which one is better one? That's a major issue. Capital cost of EV. We know that initial cost is very high in EV. That's a major drawback of EV. Okay, that's one of the challenge. Another one is operational change in impacts of charging time. Okay, charging time of battery, discharging time, climate changes is also another issue in EV vehicle. These are all the major challenges they are facing in EV market. These 5 challenges suggested by top electrical companies or top electrical members in the world. So current status in the world, another status, you see in the EV market, they are planning to install nearly 43,000 charging stations for electrical cars around 2025. So they are future focus. You all know who are the top manufacturer in the EV industry. It's absolutely Tesla. Okay, you see that top one is Tesla. Their production continuously increases, their sales continuously increases. So Tesla is the major contributor for EV market. Here you see Tesla, BMW, Volkswagen, Renault, Nissan, okay, Toyota companies. All companies are keep increases their sales in last year, but here see few companies having a red indication. That means their sales drop in last 2020 because of this COVID pandemic period. Their sales decreases. Okay. This is the chart for EV contributor in the world. Different countries' contribution in EV market. There, China is the topmost country. Then US is the second country. Japan is third country. Then rest of the world. Okay. This is the last chart out of all other countries, Norway, right now, they are using most of the electrical vehicles in their country. Compared to Iceland, Sweden, China, other countries, even though their production is less, population is less, they are using nearly 49% of electrical vehicles on their roadsides. Familiar two-wheelers in India. You are able to see these vehicles in Indian roadsides. Hyundai, Hero, Ether, Ampere, then Mahindra, okay, BMW. Okay, these two-wheelers they are already manufactured. They are able to see in these roadsides in India. The familiar three-wheeler EV in India, Ape is one of the major three-wheeler OEM. Okay, they are producing electrical vehicles in three-wheeler EV-based three-wheeler. Familiar four-wheeler EVs in India. Okay, you all know about that. Maruti Suzuki WagonR four-wheeler is there. Hyundai Kona, Tata Nexon, Altroz, MG Motors, BMW, Volvo is there. Okay, Renault is there. Okay, different companies, they already launched their EV vehicle in Indian condition, Indian roadsides. Okay, you are able to see, if you go any showrooms, you are able to see these vehicles. See, this is the electrical vehicle status in India up to today morning. Okay. The status is up to today morning. If you go and visit one website is there, I will give that link. There you are able to see how many vehicles sold every day with different states. You see, okay, now right now 75,000 vehicles sold all over in India. Okay, here you see in Tamil Nadu 11,592 vehicles already available. Karnataka 17,021 vehicles already sold. Kerala 1,712. Okay, remaining answer different states is there, different number is there. Okay, based on their original number. Okay, because how many vehicles daily sale, they are going to register in this website, so automatically you are able to know about the counts. Here you see this much vehicles sold, saved fuels in liters per day, carbon dioxide reduction in kilograms. Okay, every day, every year. Okay, this is the benefits we are able to see in this website. So current EV status in India, you see here different countries, different states are giving benefit in the tax. Okay, this is IC engine based vehicle tax. This is the electrical vehicle tax. Delhi, there is no tax for electrical vehicle, but IC engines they give an 8%. But in Tamil Nadu, 4% tax in electrical vehicle, 12% tax in IC engine based vehicle. Okay, this is the comparison. If you go with the electrical vehicle and petrol engine. In electrical engine, we have electrical vehicle. We have two versions: lithium-ion based vehicle, lead acid vehicle. Compared to this, here we have more benefits. Ex-showroom price is high, but you see, 50 km per day we are able to run. Here 1 liter petrol required. Here 1.5 units required. Cost here 11 rupees. Here 60 rupees. Now it's 96 rupees. Running for a 5-year product future prediction 75,000 km here to here. Okay, here you see savings in 5 years nearly this much amount. Cost this much amount. We are spending nearly 1,75,000, here 1,30,000, here 91,000. Okay, carbon dioxide reduced in both the cases, but petrol it is not possible. If you want to know about brief details about EV market in India, you go and see this, refer these websites. FAME2, SMEV, Society of Manufacturers of Electrical Vehicles, ARAI India. ARAI India is our government authorized websites. Okay. FAME2, if you want to know about what are all the standards used, testing procedures used in India, go and refer FAME2. There everything is given. Top EV investments in South India. Okay. Why I want to show this slide means, if you are thinking software is the only opportunity for electrical engineers, I want to place in Infosys, I want to place in CTS, TCS. Okay, my ambition L&T or some other things. No, not like that. You see South India, Ampere already they invested 700 crores in Tamil Nadu. Okay, they already manufactured plant in Ranipet, Ranipet near Vellore, Ranipet district they started Ampere. They invested 700 crores Ampere. They are manufacturing two-wheelers. Tesla, they are planning to manufacture their EV vehicle in India, especially Bangalore. Bangalore, Karnataka is the heart of South India for electrical vehicle market. Okay, he planned to in nearly 400 crores, 4,000 crores they plan to invest. Then ZF Wabco is a control system and power electronics oriented company in German. They plan to start their new labs plants in Chennai for EV applications. Ola, you know, two-wheeler market. Ola is a company. They plan to develop one two-wheeler. Okay, in Tamil Nadu, it's Hosur. Okay, they already invested 2,400 crores. Then Mahindra and Mahindra, 3,000 crores. They plan to invest in Bangalore. Okay, these are all the investments. So in future we have better opportunity in electrical machine design, power electronics, MATLAB, or like that in these companies. These are all the world best topmost company: Mahindra and Mahindra, Tesla, Ampere in Indian topmost company, Wabco. Okay, these are all the top companies in India. Okay, then I go to EV vehicle component, basic components. You see, electrical motor is the four-wheeler, inverter, drivetrain, battery, charging. If you go with the two-wheeler, accelerator, controller, battery, motor. As an electrical engineer, you know about motor, you know about battery, you know about controller. These three applications suitable for EV electrical engineers. So don't think I don't have opportunity in this particular area. These three domains only able to operate for electrical engineers. So motor arrangement in EV, you see, in four-wheeler, this is we are able to connect here through some shaft. This is a two-wheeler directly coupled to wheels. This is three-wheeler. Okay, these are all three different ways to connect motors in EV. List of motors used in electrical vehicle applications. We all know that different motors: induction, synchronous motor, asynchronous motor, special electrical motors. Out of all the motors, we are able to use 5 different motors in EV industry. First one, DC series motor. Okay, this one we are using only in Indian railways, because you know that so it has high starting torque application, suitable for high starting torque application. So definitely it is used in Indian railways. Already they implemented. They currently using. Then I go with another 4 motors: brushless DC motor, PMSM, 3-phase AC induction motor, and SRM, switch electrics motor. We are going to discuss briefly about these 4 motors. I am talking only about industrial point of view. I am not talking about any basic characteristics or some other applications. Okay. Brushless DC motor. You know that you see some cooling fans in a CPU. That is called brushless DC motor. The brushless DC motor have 2 categories: outer run motor and inner run motor. Outer run motor is also called the hub motors, which is especially used in two-wheeler applications. Here you see, here motor is connected. That motor directly connected to wheel of the two-wheeler. Okay, this is called the hub motor. Currently, Helical, Ampere, Tronx, Ola, they are using this type of motors. Inner run motor, that means rotor inside, stator outside. Here rotor outside, stator inside. That's why it's called inner and outer run rotor. This is inner run rotor. This is suitable for 3-wheeler applications. Goenka electric motors, Pigo, okay, Ape, they are using this type of BLDC motor. Problem in BLDC motor, it is suitable for low power applications, not suitable for high power applications. It's only suitable for low power, low speed applications. Then permanent magnet synchronous motor. The difference between permanent magnets and synchronous motor, PMSM and brushless DC motor. Here air gap flux linkage is sinusoidal in nature, but in BLDC it is trapezoidal in nature. Both the machine has same construction. Because of their motor winding distribution, here this motor has sinusoidal back EMF in the air gap. That's the advantage of this one. This one suitable for high speed and medium speed and high power application. Okay, this is best choice for 4-wheeler and buses applications. Like buses, Volvo buses, they are using permanent magnet synchronous motor only. You see these brands: Toyota, Prius, Chevrolet, Ford, Mercedes, Nissan, Leaf, Honda Accord, BMW i3. They are using currently this motor. Out of 100 electrical vehicle, most 90 or 80% of electrical vehicle, they are using only permanent magnet synchronous motor. It is the best choice of motors used for EV application. Three-phase induction motor, it's old motor, but still it is suitable for industrial EV applications. Induction motor, you know that slip ring and screw cage. High torque application means we always prefer only slip ring, but in industry they prefer only screw cage induction motor. Screw cage induction motor, no high starting torque, but if we have field V/F control, you already studied in solid state drives and PMSM, the special electrical machines. V/F control and field oriented control based three-phase induction motor possible to get high starting torque. Okay, the benefit of three-phase induction motor, we are able to use get a 92 to 95% of efficiency. But the problem is controller security. That's a major issue. Currently, top manufacturer in the world for EV, Tesla, their electrical vehicle, they are using only three-phase induction motor. Mahindra also, they are using a three-phase induction. Final one is switch reluctance motor. Simple in construction. The problem, you know that switch reluctance motor compared to PMSM, it's a simple one. But the problem is it's able to operate only in closed loop. So converter circuit with the controller is complicated. It is suitable only for high-speed applications. Still, this motor with EV application only in research level is not really implemented in many industries. Future maybe PMSM and induction motor replaced with SR. Currently, many research going on in different industries by replacing conventional motors with the SR. Then, if you want to select any motors for EV application, you need to consider these factors. Vehicle characteristics. First one, vehicle characteristics means to select if it's a battery type of vehicle or it's a fuel plus battery or it's solar integrated. First, you select vehicle characteristics. Then driving cycles, whether you are going to operate that vehicle in high-speed operation, flat surface, hill station, or rough surface, you select that one. Maximum speed of that vehicle, maximum torque and power required, battery capacity. Very, very important one, battery capacity, battery voltage. Based on battery capacity, you select number of cells with battery voltage. Gearbox, okay, few one required direct coupled, few required shaft coupled, okay, so gearbox required. Cost is very, very important one in the motors. That's why our country, not only our country, all over the country depends only for China for motor purchasing, okay, because their cost is very, very less. The familiar motor manufacturers in the world for EV applications. These are familiar manufacturers: Siemens, Johnson, Franklin, Regal, Nidec, ABB, Toshiba. But for EV applications, Golden Motors, Magnus, Yasa Motors, T Motors. Okay, if you want, you go and see these websites, Yasa Motors and T Motor. You are able to get some idea because they are given some test results in their websites. So definitely you are able to get some idea about these. So familiar EV motor manufacturers in India. Okay. Top companies in India: Lucas TVS, you know that, Comstar, Mitsubishi, BMF Innovations in Coimbatore, Napino, India Nippon, or my company E-Propel Systems. Now our company, we are currently manufacturing UAV applications, drone motors, two-wheeler applications of motors, three-wheeler application motors, and four-wheeler. Currently we are working in Tata Nexon, okay, Hardy Cars. We have 3 branches in different countries. Water pump also we are working for motors in UK and US. Okay. Up to this, I gave only basics of electrical vehicle. What are all the motors used in electrical vehicles? Okay. It's a basic theory. I move to design of electrical machines. Conventional analysis for machine design. Okay. Already, those who are completed BEEE or studying in BEEE, you know about the electrical machine design. The paper is there. You know, it's a big size book, A.K. Shani. If those who are studying a final year, you know special electrical machines, design of special electrical machines, you go and refer T.J. Miller. Okay. These books are used for conventional analysis. That is analytical calculations we are using currently. What is conventional analysis means? Olden days, how they design the machine in industries. In olden days, they use assumed flux path method. They have some theoretical calculations. Based on the theoretical calculation, they design the motor. Okay, they assume themselves their design is correct, their flux, there is no saturation. Okay, machine operating in good manner. Okay, without doing any optimization, they develop that machine based on analytical calculation. Analytical calculation, then directly go for prototype development. Analytical calculation only, they used the A.K. Shani and T.J. Miller. Miller is a good expert, good engineer, electrical engineer for PMSL design. Okay, so they developed based on equations, analytical calculation, then they go for hardware development. Okay, the problem in this case is their saturation will occur, time wasted. If any problems occurring in the hardware, we are not able to manage the time. That's a major issue. In olden days, applications are very simple. There is no different materials used, but present day we use different non-linear materials, different applications we used. Okay, for EV applications and all, we have different non-linear behavior of the motor. Suddenly torque high, suddenly torque low. Okay, if bike's time, if I'm driving a two-wheeler, when I'm stopping in the signal, when I want to start my bike, I need a high starting torque requirement. In flat surface, I need constant torque requirement. Okay, braking requirement. So everything is there, different operating conditions. So conventional analysis is not an effective one for present state. It's a comparison. You see conventional analytical design. Here, theoretically designed, they directly go for hardware development. If performance not up to the level, they again come for analytical design. The problem in this case, material waste, time waste, cost waste. Here you see analytical design. In between, we have FEM tools. FEM tools means simulation tools available. If performance not meet in simulation level, you go here, then again change in calculation, again come. When the performance will meet, they go for a hardware development. The effective way to design a machine in present day. So now I introduced a new concept, FEM, finite element method or finite element analysis. If you are a mechanical engineer, you have one special paper in your domain, finite element analysis. But if you are a EEE, you don't have this paper specially. But if you go and study for a ME, Master of Engineering, there one paper is there, electromagnetic analysis of electrical machines. In that paper, you are able to study about FEM. History of FEA. Okay? It's approximate analysis. Finite element analysis is approximate analysis. Don't know about these professors. Robert Clark, R.W. Clark, is the first scientist to electric engineer to introduce a finite element analysis problem in elasticity applications. Okay, is that the engineer? He published his first paper in 1956, stiffness and deflection analysis of complex structures. For electrical motor application, Sylvester, he is the first man to carry out electrical machines motor analysis in FEA in 1970s. He wrote one book. If you want to know about finite element analysis briefly, you go and refer this book, Finite Element Analysis for Electrical Engineer, P. Sylvester. Okay. Both are a father of this finite element analysis. Here I said 1950, Clark introduced this finite element analysis. No, not like that. In 1870 itself, this concept introduced, but in different name. Trial function, finite difference method, then it's developed a weighted residual method, piecewise trial function, here structural analysis, here direct continuum analysis, here variational finite difference method. Present day it's called as finite element method. If you are a mechanical engineer, if you have any friends, you go and ask about this. One of the familiar software in mechanical, ANSYS, coming under this FEM. And those who are working in magnet softwares, another one software for the EC department, they are using one finite element analysis software. Forget that name. Each department we have different softwares under this finite element analysis concept. Basics of FEA. Okay. The finite element analysis used in mechanical analysis, thermal analysis, structural analysis, stress analysis, especially in the electrical department, the electromagnetic analysis. We know about finite electromagnetic field theory. You are able to see visual now, theoretically, kind of field around the conductors, field in the transformer, C core. Okay, these are all theoretically you are studied, but practically you are able to see in finite element analysis concepts. That's the study you are already completed in Master of Engineering, electromagnetic analysis of electrical machines. Where it is applicable, okay, it is applied in complicated structure where problem having a non-linearity problems due to magnetic material. You know that magnetic material purely based on pH curve. Based on that, we are able to use FE. It is applied in the design stage, design and analysis stage, not in production stage. It is only used in design and analysis stage. Advantages: it's a more accurate result, high reliable, okay, low power loss, cost wastage reduced, RAM wastage of RAM materials. That's a major reduced. That's a major advantage of this. So important terms in FEA. If you want to know about FEA, you should understand these concepts. What is the domain? Domain means whether it's electrical domain or civil domain or electronics or electrical structural analysis. You should understand the domain. Problem converted into a governing equations. Then you define the boundary. Boundary means what is the operating condition of that problem. Either it's a cold condition, very hot condition, by the room temperature condition. You should define the boundaries. Okay, you know electromagnetic theory, boundary conditions. Okay. Same thing here, boundary conditions. Element. Last three, I just give an example. What is finite element analysis? You take one complicated structure, that structure divided into small part. That is called finite element. Then the complicated structure divided into small part. That's analysis of small part. Okay, with the help of one simulation and a tool. That simulation tool analyzed with that small part results integrated with the rest of the part. That is called finite element analysis. I take one small example. I take one sweet. Okay, I take one small sweet. If you want to tell about the taste of that sweet, just you take one small part, eat. Then you are able to say this is the exact this sweet having some ghee, or this taste is good or bad. You are able to see just a small portion that results integrated into rest of the part. That is called finite element analysis. You have a machine, that machine divided into small part. That is called the element. The small part is called meshes, either in triangular shape or rectangular shape. Okay. So all the elements are connected into a single point. That is called a node. In motor, we have different parts: stator, rotor, magnets, air gap. So the part divided into small regions. That small regions results integrated into a rest of the part. That is called finite element analysis. To understand the definition very clearly, finite, small element, that small element analysis integrated into entire part. That's why it is called approximate analysis. If you want to design a motor, for any applications, you need these factors. You understand these factors, especially permanent magnet synchronous motor needs. You should understand these factors. Dimensions. Dimension means what is the outer rotor, OD, outer motor OD, what is the inner ID, that should be understood. What is the maximum power and torque requirement of the motor? Before going to design any motor, you should know. And the efficiency. Always try to design efficiency with more than 100%. Saturation of the core. This means you know that flux travel within the core. All the core materials having some maximum flux density. If you operate that motor core flux density within the maximum limit, that is undersaturated. The benefit of undersaturated machine, more efficiency. If you operate above the saturated condition of any core, losses increased, temperature increased, so efficiency will drop. That's a problem with saturation. So undersaturated design is very efficient design for any electrical motors. Demagnetization. Motor. If I take any motor, permanent magnet motor, the permanent magnets we are using. If all the permanent magnets having some rated temperature, operating temperature, If you operate below the temperature of the any particular magnet, that magnetization property is good. If you operate that magnet above the rated temperature, demagnetization will occur, so output power will drop. That's demagnetization. Another one is cogging torque. You know that? So, small lock between magnet and the stator and rotor magnetic field, that is called cogging torque. So in cogging torque means rotor automatically locking, not able to rotate in stopping condition itself. So if you want to avoid cogging torque, skewing is the best option. Those who are willing to do your PhD or final year projects, you concentrate on cogging torque and demagnetization problems. You have many papers in IEEE or some other journals, you refer it. Current density, current by area, try to operate, design a machine below 15 amps per mm square, that is called current density. Materials used, try to use a low cost or medium cost materials, right materials to right place. Either neodymium magnets, magnets means neodymium or ferrite magnets, core means we have different materials, winding means copper, present day they are using silver, copper clad silver, silver and copper mixed. Okay. These are all the materials. Losses, try to design a low loss machine. Always copper loss to iron loss ratio should be 1. That is efficient way of designing electrical machines. Finally, temperature. Whatever I said in top, if all the conditions meet, automatically temperature will be low, efficiency will be high. That is the major advantage. Okay. Then I go with software tools. Whatever the things we discussed up to this, electrical vehicles, basics discussed, motors used in electrical vehicles, electrical machines, important design aspects. Okay. Then I move to software tools. Take 1 minute. Okay. Software tools. Okay. If you are an electrical engineer, you try to learn at least any one of these software. Speed, Flux, Magnet, Motorsol, Thernet, ElecNet, OptiNet, MotorCAD, JMac. These are all the softwares available in electrical machine design. You know power electronics, you always prefer MATLAB, PSYNC, PSpice, okay, Power System ETAB. This is the special softwares for electrical machine design. Value pumps, you know that they are using JMac. TVS Lucas, they are using a Magnet software, ANSYS Maxwell software. COMSOL, they are using Motorsol. Our company, we are using Motorsol, MotorCAD, Magnet, Maxwell. Okay, these are all the softwares. You don't have any specific training centers in outside. Okay, somebody putting their banner now. We are teaching MATLAB, we are teaching EMTB, PSpice, PSYNC. We are doing projects in MATLAB, no, not like that. You go and learn from YouTube videos or download track version. There are topics available. You learn yourself. Okay, or those who are doing projects in Anna University, you have any faculties from Anna University or SRM University, SSN College. Okay, then VIT Chennai. They are currently they are using more projects. They are currently working on more projects in this area for specifically government projects and industrial applications like CVRDE, okay, TVS Lucas. Okay, they are getting some funding also, patent also they filed in this application. Okay, so if you want to learn any one of the software, you go and download crack version. As if you are a beginner in machine design, you go and learn Motorsol or MotorCAD because they are template software. Template software means MATLAB, like MATLAB. There are already some functions available. This is you have choices. This is the type of rotor, inner, outer, this type of poles, surface mounted or surface inside spoke type. Inside library, they are already available some functions. Based on that, you have your knowledge means you are able to design a new motor. Other software, Magnet, Flux, Speed, okay, these and all CAD software. know CAD very well, electrical CAD or drawings, then only with the help of guidance only you are able to do machine design in CAD software. But motor solve and all, if you have the knowledge in machine design, you are able to design. Okay. So as a final year students, you try to work in motor solve or magnet or motor CAD. Some videos available in YouTube. Try to refer it. We'll talk about motor solve software. Now I will talk about motor solve software. You see, so motor solve software, it's released by Siemens Corporation. Okay. Siemens, they are releasing this software. Yearly, it's Infolytica Corporation. They bought this software from Infolytica. Siemens, they bought that software. The other products in this software, in this Siemens, is Magnet, Thernet, Optinet, Electnet. Okay. Thernet used to find thermal analysis. Magnet used to find magnetic analysis. Optinet used for optimization. Electnet used for electrical parameter analysis. You go, if you want the software details, you go and refer this website, mentor.com. The purpose of motor solver is used to carry out electromagnetic analysis and thermal analysis. Then I move to the another one. It is now able to analyze electrical machines and special electrical machines. Okay, special electrical machines means it is suitable for specific applications. That's why it is called special electrical machines. Here 2D and 3D analysis is possible. All the software is possible for 2D and 3D analysis. Because if it is a radial flux machine, we are able to use a 2D. If it is an axial flux machine, you use only 3D because flux direction in Z axis. So 3D is only possible. This is about that software. This is yellow, it's induction motor. If you want induction motor design, you go and buy this software, motor solve induction motor. If you want to work in single phase motors, you go and buy this software, Magnet. If you want to design synchronous motor, permanent magnet motors, you go and refer motor solve DLDC. If you want to design DC motor, you go and buy motor solve DC motor. SRM means motor solve SRM. Each software coming around nearly 12 lakhs or 13 lakhs. If you are an education institution, if you want to buy any softwares, you go and buy it with some reasonable price. Okay, if you want to develop your own centers, own research centers in your college, you try to buy these softwares. Okay, they are offering some good prices in these softwares. Particular software we are able to use only for particular motor. Okay, not all the motors able to use in the same software. Different software, different analysis. I move to that software explanation, brief explanation about the software. If you open that motor solve software, you are able to see like this. Okay, it's a software basic. Okay, just to listen these pages, you will get some idea. So if you open the software, here you have some design, there's some name is there, demo. First you click the general settings, you are able to give these details. Supply voltage, current, what is the maximum speed of that motor, body, air gap thickness, height, thickness of the motor, length of the motor, rotor requirement, either inner rotor, outer rotor, number of poles and slot requirement, either it's a 3-phase, 6-phase, single phase, 2-phase, losses you need to give. Okay, I don't give the losses, but you need to give the frictional and windage losses. Normally 7% of output power is called mechanical losses. Then I move to second one is here you see rotor. Okay, I'm not giving some brief details about the rotor software detail. I will give some basics. Here rotor is there. If you click the rotor, some functions here coming, that is called rotor design settings. You need to set the rotor. What is the inner the OD of a rotor, the ID of rotor, magnet thickness, number of poles, which type of magnet, you need to select all in rotor settings. Then I move to stator. Stator, similarly, you need to design. This is tooth, okay, this is slot, this is air gap. You need to set what is the tooth thickness. This is called the tip. Okay, here this is called the tip. Tip thickness. What is this angle? What is this thickness? what is stator OD, what is stator ID. Okay, you need to give these details here, stator. Then stator windings. Stator winding means you want to give the details, number of windings used, number of turns, number of parallel wire, either it's a lap winding, it's a wave winding. Okay, what is the insulation thickness of the wire? Okay, you need to give all the details in stator winding part. So general settings required, rotor required, stator and stator windings. Next, you directly move to materials. Core, which type of material you want to use? Okay. Silicon steel, M235, cold roll steel. These materials we normally use in industry. Magnet, you know that neodymium iron boron material, samarium cobalt ferrite magnets is there. Okay, normally wire we use to copper. Okay. Here you have thermal settings. Thermal settings, you want to give temperature. What is the surrounding temperature of that motor? That is operating temperature of that motor. That's the thing you want to give in thermal settings. Okay. These are all the major setups you want to do in general settings. Sorry, motor settings. If you open the software, if you are able to get crack version, you open the software, you need to use, you are able to see this page, you need to give these details. Based on your requirement, you select it. Once you design the motor, here you see bottom results is there. You go on results, click PWM analysis, you are able to get these results, torque and output power. Just for example, I show the results, okay, because we have only tested results only. I'm not able to show the results. For your simple, for explanation purpose only, I will give basic slide. So you are able to get torque waveform, power waveform, okay, output power, efficiency, everything we are able to get in a graph waveform for different torque. Okay, here torque is there, here power is there. This is the permanent magnet motor, so I'm able to get cogging torque. See, cogging torque. Don't think cogging torque is in sinusoidal waveform. It's a unwanted torque present in the motor. So normally cogging torque should be lower value, 0.00 like that. Okay, because if you have more cogging torque means definitely it lock the rotor. So cogging torque should be low always. So back EMF, you know that back EMF developed at the rotor. Okay, so back EMF, how much developed? How much developed in that rotor? Okay, that can be identified with the help of these characteristics. Normally, it should be in pure sinusoidal waveform. For explanation purpose, I use this waveform. Okay, back EMF. Okay, you already studied it. EMF developed at the armature is called back EMF. We said no. Okay, that is induced EMF. These are all the results. Okay, this is the only design. Okay, these are all the results you are able to get in that software. Efficiency map. This is the efficiency map for that particular design. This map say, here you see, if you operate this particular torque at this speed, this is the efficiency, 80%. If you operate this torque with the particular RPM, that efficiency 99%, here 93%. In this region, this is the, you are able to see entirely efficiency at particular RPM. So this is the facility that softwares will give for your engineers. Okay, as in the industry, I know if I am the customer, I want to buy this motor. I know what is the efficiency of this motor based on these characteristics. If I want higher efficiency at this point, means engineers working based on their efficiency requirement at lower RPM. Okay, so that's why this software tools very much used for designers for industrial application. The benefit of Motorsolve software, not only it is used in electromagnetic analysis. Okay, the major advantage of this software, it is used for thermal analysis also. Okay, here you see, you are able to see the temperature also. We take the demo version. You see, I run the motor 15 minutes. I give 100% torque. Assume torque 20 Newton meter. Speed 100%. 100% means here I used 1000 RPM. So 1000 RPM, when motor going to rotate 1000 RPM, 20 Newton meter, 15 minutes continuously. This is the temperature. You see, their maximum temperature is 55 degrees, 54 degrees Celsius. This is the thing we are able to see in this one. If you are designing electrical vehicle like a two-wheeler or three-wheeler, starting time it required more torque. So you give more in first to 5 seconds, give 200% torque. Next to 1 hour, I will give 100% torque. Next to 1 hour, I will give 50% torque. You are able to see the temperature for different time duration. That is the benefit you are able to get in this software. You see in results column, here torque versus speed available, efficiency map available, air gap flux available, motion analysis. Motion analysis means when motor going to rotate, what is the output? PWM analysis, when motor connected to power electronic circuits, what is the output? This is the power electronic circuit. So definitely you are able to, this is a PWM motor. So you need a power electronic circuits definitely. So once motor connected with power electronic circuits, you go for PWM analysis. DQ analysis for controller purpose, lumped parameters. If you want to find the self-inductance, mutual inductance, resistance, flux linkage, everything you go on the lumped parameters. Okay, losses for thermal, everything you are able to get here itself. Okay, that is the benefit of this software. Okay. Another one is flux density. Here you see the flux density. Here I said the maximum flux density of this machine is 2. This material is 2. I used M235 material 2. Here the maximum value is 2 in red color, but I don't see any red color. That means motor operated under saturation. Okay, I use 100% of current. If I use peak current, motor not get saturated. With this green and all the maximum value, that maximum value is 1.13. As a design engineer, we are concluded that there is no saturation, Cogging torque is less, temperature not reached 100 degrees Celsius. This is our conclusion, so machine is good. If you want to optimize anything, means we optimize further based on our customer requirement. This is the way we are going to design a motor in software for any industrial requirement. Okay. So final one is demagnetization. Demagnetization means, I said no, you want to find maximum operating temperature of the demagnetizing motor because we have permanent magnets. If you go instantaneous field, here you have an option demagnetization prediction. If you put this option here, give 100% of current, you are able to find whether it's a demagnetized or not. Demagnetization means it shows definitely some point magnet demagnetized. Here you see speed and accuracy. I give you here 1. If you want more accurate result, you use a 7, 10 like that. Okay. This is the fundamental of MotorSolve software. Okay. See, MotorSolve not only available in surface mounted. Okay, whatever we discussed in this model, this is surface mounted type of permanent magnet synchronous motor. So other types also in their library available. Surface inset. Okay, spoke type. You have wheel spoke type. That type. Okay, V type of magnets, U type of magnets. We are able. We have this much opportunity in that software. If you want to design any one of the motor, each rotor having different applications on their own advantages. You will see refer in many papers, they are giving this much design already in their papers. Okay, from up to this, I conclude this software. From this itself, you know that if you want to do any final year project, if you want to publish any papers, you are able to get these much results. This is enough to write a paper on this particular topic. Take Cogging torque minimization, take demagnetization improvement or saturation. You try to find in material science, different materials for a core, winding, combination of 2 materials used in windings, air gap optimization, optimization of the motor. These are all the research problems available in this area. Okay, EV applications. You take some other, don't think only in power electronics. You come to apply your knowledge in machine design. Okay. As a faculty members, you guide your students to work to learn any one of advise your students to learn any one of the software. Okay, that is very much useful for your students for getting a job in core companies. Okay. Okay. This is two softwares. One software we discussed. This is template softwares. All the things available in that software library itself, like MATLAB. I move to CAD software, Magnet software. I think some of them familiar. Those who have completed master's degree in Anna University, they know about this software. Because in Anna University, CEG campus, there are some faculty members continuously advised to do their projects in machine design, especially in Magnet software. This one released by COMSOL, again, Infolitica. Later on that, Siemens bought this software. Okay. These are other softwares we already discussed. So this is a web page. It's a CAD software. CAD software means you need to draw the motor. There is no options available, so you need to draw the motor, apply the material, create the windings and all yourself based on your knowledge. That's why I said that help topics available in that software library itself. So you go and refer that help. Definitely you are able to design a machine. Take 1 month to design only small motor. After that, you will become you are able to get good knowledge in the software. Then you go higher level. Okay, that is the initial way. As a learner, to try to study briefly about the help topics based on their instruction to design a motor. Again, it's also suitable for electrical machines and special electrical machines. Coupled analysis is possible. You see here coupled analysis. Magnet, you are able to integrate with Simulink, PSync. MATLAB also is possible. MotorSolve also we are able to couple with Magnet MotorSolve. In MotorSolve, Magnet we are able to couple. One motor designed with the MotorSolve, that results directly coupled with MATLAB, you are able to get good results. Because in MATLAB, already some default motors available. If you want your own motor results integrated with the controller, you go and use MotorSolve coupled with MATLAB. One of the software available in Siemens. Here you see MotorSolve optimization is possible, thermal analysis is possible, Simulink is also possible. You are able to apply the codings also in this motor. It's application of Magnet software. Here you see it's applicable in generators, motors, transformers. If you are interested to do your research in transformers also, you go and refer this software. Actuators, sensors, induction heating, loudspeakers, magnetic leviations, medical instruments. Some of them, those who are attending the electronics and communication department, they know about COMSOL software, COMSOL multi-physics. I think it's image processing they are using. I think that software also coming under FEM analysis. Embedded, they are using IC designs and all, they are using a COMSOL software. That is also coming under FEM software. What are all the analysis possible in Magnet? Transient analysis, that means time varying. When motor starting to stopping, starting to maximum position, 0 to maximum position. Okay, sudden torque improvement, load applying condition, that is called transients. That possibilities is there. Motion analysis, when motor is going to rotate, what is the performance? That's we are able to see in Magnet. Harmonics issue. If you have definitely motor having some harmonics. That is another research area. Analysis of harmonics in motor windings. Okay, that is another study. Okay, that is also possible in this software. Then finally, magnetostatics. What is the flux linkage? What is the flux density? Study about only magnetic parameters. That is called magnetostatics. Again, the important terms in magnet software. Meshing, I said that complicated structure divided into small regions. Meshing. Boundary conditions is required. Compulsory boundary conditions is required. Transient parameters. What is the starting speed? What is the maximum speed? Coil design is very, very important. You give proper connection, then only it is very motor operating in expected level. Coil design is not good. It's a faulty one. It's a single layer winding, double layer winding, okay, distributed winding, concentrated winding. These things you need to analyze very clear. Dimensions. Clearly, you find dimensions. What is the OD, ID? What is the length of the machine? How much you see if you want to design any motor for particular industrial applications, they give, I need maximum OD of that motor is 100 mm, 200 mm. Don't design the motor beyond that limit. Also shaft, they have some limit, 10 mm to 15 mm. So you try to design idea of that motor 10 mm or 15 mm. Don't go beyond or below that level. Okay. Then whether it is a generator or motor, you just analyze it. For same motor, first 10 seconds we are able to operate generator, next few minutes operate as gen motor. In car and all, nowadays they are starting, for starting purpose they use for generator, ignition purpose, then they go with motor purpose, then they operating as generator. So single motor suitable for motor, generator application. If you want to design any motor in softwares, so TJ Miller suggested a slot pole combination. We are the industry, we select slot pole combination based on this chart. So one of the paper published by TJ Miller, they given which is the right slot pole combination. Okay, somebody did, you said that 2 poles, 4 poles, not like that. We have a machine up to 80 poles. High speed applications, we go with high applications. Low weight machine means high slot pole is good. Here you see some of the binding factor is 0.95. Where we have 0.95, that is good slot pole combination. Here you see 24-26, 24-22, 34-36, 38-36. These and all a good slot pole combination suggested by TJ Miller. He is expert in permanent magnet machine design. Based on his experiment, he given this winding factor chart in his one of the publication. Procedure to create a model using magnet software. Okay, like Motorsol, MATLAB, in Motorsol also, in Magnet also, we have 3 different processes: pre-processor, processor, post-processor. Pre-processor means you create the model using CAD model. Okay, you draw the circuit. Okay, you draw the circuit, build the model based on the dimensions. You draw the circuit. Okay, that is called pre-processor. Like MATLAB, you take the blocks, source, 3-phase rectifier, load, you connect everything. That process is called the pre-processor. Then another one is processor. Processor means you solve the model. Whatever you do in MATLAB, run the model. No, same process here. Process, run the model. Okay, post-processor. In MATLAB, you get the results. Okay, you see the results in graphically. That is called post-processor here. In post-processor, you are able to see the results like flux density, whatever the results we got in previously. These things we are see only in post-processor steps. Okay, these are all the important steps followed in the magnet software. Again, I say that you go and refer help topic in magnet software. There you are able to see these processes. Someone, Chitra, can you mute yourself? Yeah, thank you. Parameters able to measure in magnet software. Okay, what are all the parameters you are able to measure in magnet software? Winding losses, eddy current loss, demagnetization, flux density, voltage, current, torque, power, impedance, inductance, everything you are able to see. Okay, that's a benefit of this machine. This is most accurate method. Simulation results 98% matches with the magnet software results. So most accurate software. Maxwell software is also good. Motorsol results nearly 90% of simulation results matches with our testing results. Okay. Okay. These are all magnet softwares. 2 softwares we discussed very briefly: Magnet and Motorsol software. If you are the learner, you go any one of these software. If you are a student, you go and refer any one of the software here. Okay. Faculty who are expert in this any one magnet software, I insist a few problems, you go and refer the problems. I move to some of the examples in this magnet software designed motors. Okay, these things, a few I already designed in my research work. Just I want to show few results So one of the thing I designed in my research work, synchronous generator. Stator we have armature, rotor we have poles. I used hypercore material here. Okay, brownish one is copper windings. Here you see dot and the cross, coil entering into the, turns entering into the coil, turn leaving to the coil. That is dot cross representation of the software. This is the model. Here 24 slots, 4 poles motor. Designing of this machine, this process is called pre-processor. Once I designed, I created the coil processor step. Once processor completed, this is a post-processor. Here you see flux plot. Flux process within the core, there is no leakage flux. 4 poles is there, so 4 closed path. If I want to know what is the maximum flux density here, that is 2.98. Here, where is that one is here. Where we have poles or slots are aligned, that we are getting maximum flux density. Okay, this is called flux flow. This is one of the result in that software. Flux flow direction, we are able to see the direction. Where the flux starts and where it travels from stator to rotor, rotor to stator. If you want to find the direction, you are able to see here. Waveform, like MATLAB, you are able to see the waveform. My motor is a 5 kilowatt machine, 180 amps. So you see here sinusoidal. We are waveform. It's a 3-phase waveform. 180 amps is the maximum value. Is a voltage waveform. My machine 28 volt. Peak to peak voltage is 28 volt. Again, we have some distortion. This is not power electronics software. It's a motor design software. I don't have that much filter options. That's why we are getting some distortions. I already said my motor suitable for automobile application. So up to armature generator, armature it produces AC, but in output I want a DC. So I have windings here. That windings connected to rotating rectifier. That rectifier output to connected to load. That is resisting load. These options are available in magnet software itself. Once I connected rectifier, here I am getting the output. That output is DC. You see here 28 volt. Some distortions is there. If you want pure DC, you apply a rectifier filter circuits. Current again 180 amps. You see maximum some distortions is there. Approximately I am able to get 170 amps. This is permanent magnet, alternator. Then the results of magnet software coupled to Thernet software, I am able to get temperature like this. Here you see what is the maximum temperature. Maximum temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. That is in outer part on windings. Winding temperature is 24. Core temperature is 22. Here I have 20 degrees Celsius. Heat flow directions also I am able to find. You know that current is a major source for heat. So here I have coils. So here heat started to flow. Here traveling and reaches to outer part. Okay. These are the facilities available in the software. Okay. These I already published in the papers, my research publications. Okay. Up to this, we discussed about permanent magnet, alternator. Now I move to one design in permanent magnet synchronous motor. This is surface insert permanent magnet synchronous generator. Okay. Inner rotor. Here, this one is magnet, this one is rotor core, and this one is stator core, and this one is coils. Okay, here you are able to see a clear thing. Once I designed, I simulated, I got flux density like this. Flux plot, flux density, flux by area. Where we have aligned stator and rotor poles, there I am getting maximum flux density. Okay. When I did the simulation, that time this is coming under Infolytica. That's why it shows Infolytica. Now it's not by Siemens. So here you have Siemens symbol. Again, this one is electrical circuit. I want a DC output. So here you see rectifier output. Again, I go on the analysis with the temperature software. Thernet. Here you are able to see the thermal results. The maximum temperature at the windings. Okay, this is a temperature level. What is the value? You are able to see. Finally, this is my implementation in a PhD work, Clapole alternator. Okay, Clapole alternator. Most of the Volvo buses they are using Clapole alternator. Benefit of clap hole machines. It is only operated in 3D. It is axial flux machine. That is flux travel in X direction, Y direction, Z direction. Okay, poles like this. Coils are circle coil. Poles located like this. Okay, so more spaces available in that rotor. So better cooling operation is possible. So compared to salient pole machine, temperature wise, it has good cooling performance. That's why I go with clap hole. Now, this is my design. You see coil, circular coil. Okay, here airflow is possible. This is stator, normal stator. Okay. This is meshing structures. It's complicated structure divided into small region. This is called meshes. This is the flux density. The maximum value is 3.28. Okay, this is 3D. I show only 2D analysis for your understanding purpose. Okay. I want to show a few things. Okay. Here you see. Up to this, I completed my 90% of presentation. Okay. I want to show few things in this website. Okay. You see, those who are new, if you want to buy any motors, if those who are doing projects, you don't want to go any rich street or somewhere. Okay. If you want to do your own projects for robotic applications, drone applications, or electrical vehicle applications, you go and see this is a new website. So one of the custom supplier, T-Motor, very familiar motor manufacturer in China. Okay, they are designing all the motors. See, starting from 5 watts to 5 kilowatt machine, they are designing. Here you see multi-rotor. Here U type is there. Here power type is there. You go and click there. Here you are able to see. I click one motor. Here you see. Okay, this is there. They are giving some motor details. Okay, cost is very cheap compared to other motors. What is the specification of that motor? Entire thing they are given in their website itself. If you want to do your projects, you go and take here. Some specifications is there. Here you choose. Here they are given. What is the outer rotor? What is the inner rotor? What is the voltage? What is the diameter? What is the material they used? They are also given the test data. As a industry, we prefer they are the competitors. These competitors, what is their rating they use? We go and visit their website regularly. Okay, if you are a student, you want to buy any motor, you go and see their website. There are a lot of motors available in these websites. You go and refer it. Okay, this is one of the motor company. Okay, then I move to Yaza Motor. Okay, Yaza Motor is a specialist for axial flux machines. Okay, see, they are giving this much amount torque. You see 370 Newton meters, peak torque, continuous torque is there. They are continuously producing axial flux machines. Okay, as an engineer, you want to design design of axial flux machine is very complicated. So if you want to design complicated axial flux machine, means you go and refer. This is a standard website for axial flux machine. Okay, here you see. Okay, they are giving how to design a machine in the website itself. So coil wounding methods and all. Okay, varnish is there. What are all the test methods available for electrical motors? They are giving in their website itself. Okay, Yaza. So another one famous motor company, Golden Motor. Special manufacturers for BLDC. Okay, they are giving wheelchair motor, BLDC motor, up motor, bike motors. Okay, all the motors. Here you see sub motor. See, motor mounted here, wheels directly connected to the motor. If you want their specifications, you go and click it, automatically you are able to see. Battery backups also they are given. Here you see. Finally, I want to show my company details. This is our company. Okay. We do provide different products. Okay. See, starter generators we are designing, propulsion motors, drone motors we are currently selling, power systems, controllers, water pump motors. Okay. See, so propulsion motors for drone applications. We did 5 different variations: 1000 watts, 3000 watts, 6000 watts, 9000 watts, 12,000 watts. This is our product. Okay, these are all the things available. Okay, so these are all the standard motor manufacturer companies in all over the world. As an electrical engineer, you should know these are all the websites available. These are all the good manufacturers. China is the most manufacturers. Okay. If you want to buy some of the magnets, neodymium ion magnets or something, you go Vector Magnets, which is in China. If you want to buy any material, permanent magnet materials, you go there. Vector Magnets, their company. Then another one company, Vector Magnets. Forgot that one company. Then Repumag. Okay, they're the famous magnet manufacturers. Neodymium ion magnets, samarium magnets, ferrite magnets, all available in this website. Why I want to show this information means, as a electrical engineer, as a design engineer, you want to know who are all the topmost electrical company, motor manufacturing company, where the materials available. Okay, you see here productions. Okay. That's it. For your projects also, if you want to buy any motors, you don't want to go somewhere, you just order in website, in online itself. They deliver the motor within 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Now it's a pandemic period, they're taking 1 or 2 months, but they definitely you are able to get good products in this area. Okay. And finally, I want to show that the FAME industry. Here you go and see, it's a Department of Heavy Industry. You see, currently updated vehicles. What are all the vehicles currently sold in the different states? Okay. Here they given some important links. They give that policy. What is the policy procedure for e-vehicles? Everything they give. If you want to do some projects or if you want to start your own startup, you should go and understand these policies. Okay, if you are a new OEM, you want to registration, you go and register here itself. So if you want some government subsidy, there also they're given some 40 or 30% subsidy available. You go and see their websites. What are all the procedures following their websites? Okay. And also yes. Society of that. The Society of Electrical Vehicles Manufacturers. Okay. There you are able to see what are all the electrical two-wheelers sold in that last year. Okay, two-wheeler, four-wheeler. See, four-wheeler, two-wheeler is more compared to four-wheelers. These things you are able to see in this website itself. Okay, if you go knowledge centers, there are publications available. What are all the current publications available in the EV market? Okay, these things you are able to see here itself. Okay. Finally, it's another one important magnet manufacturers. Forget to show this. Arnold Magnetics, very famous manufacturers for magnets. Here you see, they're manufacturing magnets, permanent magnets, material, different materials they are manufacturing. But I want to show permanent magnets here because electrical motors, permanent magnet is very, very important. Here you see, there's samarium Gopalic manufacturing, neodymium iron boron, Alnico magnets, laminated magnets, injection molded magnets. Okay. Rotors, they directly manufacturing. Coils also they manufacturing. Okay. Familiar manufacturer for magnets, Arnold Magnets. Many industries buying their magnets in this company. Okay. After this, I want to come my presentation again. Up to this, we discussed about what is electrical vehicle, how it's dominating the present world, which countries are dominating that EV industry, companies who are all the major contributor for EV industry, what are all the motors available in EV industry, that their benefits, what is the design procedures, what is the industry requirement for electrical motors in EV applications, what are all the different tools available in electrical machine design. Okay, how real-time analytical calculations shifted to simulation, then to hardware. Okay, I'm not talking about hardware in this session, but as a learner or beginner, anybody is there, those who are expert in this area, you are getting some idea about this topic. We discussed the two different topics, okay, two different tools, that is motor saw and magnet. I showed few customers, that is suppliers for a motor, topmost manufacturers in the world, motor manufacturers. Okay, some of the problems in this domain. Okay, finally I come for opportunities in FEA, job seekers, future all over the world, they are concentrating EV. Those who are having experience in 1 year or 2 years in this area, machine design area, we have good opportunities. Still I have 2 positions opening. In Coimbatore, one of the company, they are asking machine design expert, 1 or 2 year experience. Still I don't get any students. Okay, because most of the students interested to do their projects only in power electronics and power systems. That's why if you are a final year students or third year students, learn any one of the machine design software. Okay, I said learning software. So definitely you are able to get good jobs in the EV market. Good package available, good increments. Okay, that's it. Don't think a CTA sitting in software guys, CSE or IT students in between as electrical engineer you want to sit means it is very complicated. Learning Java and some other things, try to work in this area. Those who are interested in software, go and learn any one of the software. I see few girls who are working in design. In one of my company, one of my colleague working in this area. We are 4 members working in design, but she is the only girl. She completed his MBE in Shastra University. She got good opportunity, 8 lakhs per annum, but still not. She is not interested to go software. She is currently working in my company. At the starting TVS she joined, she is getting a 2.5 lakhs or 3 lakhs initially. But now in my company she is getting around 7 lakhs per annum within 2 years. So that is a growth there. Okay. Okay. So I insist final year students or some others. Before going for students as a faculty members, you encourage your students to do projects in this area. Don't ask students to do a hardware. Okay, because they learn some software, spending 1 month or 2 months this period. Then later they are going to do simulation, means that is a difficult task. So try to do their projects in this area. Don't ask any hardware in this area. They are not doing a master's degree, because in my master degree, my guide, okay, you know that somebody know my guide. I proudly say that Dr. G. Uma, ma'am, okay, she insisted me to do simulation with the depth level. She always insisting me to learn this software if you want to go industry. Okay, so I continuously learn this software from 2008 till now. I'm searching opportunity in 2000. She recommended me 2009 in TVS, but at the time industry level is very poor. I'm searching industrial job in from 2009. Now only I'm getting job 2019 or 20. I'm having 10 years of research experience in this area. That's why I said that young minds, those who are doing final year, try to learn any one of the software. Okay, we have good openings. And those who are interested in power electronics also, to learn, you go and visit Texas Instruments, microchip websites. Okay, they have different ID available to learn that ID. You are an expert in MATLAB software or embedded C coding language, then you are able to get industrial jobs in power electronics. Okay, so research scholars, I already said, if you don't find any problems, you are not able to get an idea, you want problems, you go and do search in this area. I published nearly 7 journals in my research work. In this 4 are annexure 1. Out of 4, 3 I am having more than 4 impact factors. So you are able to get good publications. I completed PhD in 5 years. Okay, if you want to do somebody doing power electronics and power systems, it takes 6, 7 years or 8 years of time. So try to do your research. Don't think machine design is a vast area. Okay? Funded products. If you want to do your apply AICT or some other funded projects, means you go and apply in this area. Either a workshop conducting an AICT sponsored workshop. Last week SVC completed their funded projects in this area. Okay, so still AICT are giving more funding in this area. Up to this, I completed my presentation. Okay, I think I covered everything for motor design aspects. If you have any queries, okay, posted in that chat box, I will answer. Okay, thank you. Thanks for your patience. Okay, again, thanks for giving this opportunity for me. Okay, if you have any queries, ask now or put your questions on chat box. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Before any questions, Manikandan sir. Hello. Am I audible here, Manikandan sir?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Before taking up any questions, I would like to take 2 of your valuable minutes, Dr. Deepak. I'm working here as assistant professor. I just wanted to appreciate you, Dr. Deepak. It is good to hear from a professor. It is good to hear from a practicing engineer. It is good to hear from a researcher. You made blend of all the 3 today morning. It is always nice to hear from someone who is actually practicing on field. I take this opportunity to congratulate you on making a wonderful session today. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Somebody asking a few questions in chat box. I read myself and give the answer. Okay. No need to read anyone. I will read myself and say that. Viji to Viji. Somebody asked Viji. doing research in SRM motor, can you send me any trade-off in machine dimensions for a 3 kilowatt machine for EV applications, sir? You refer SRMs because other motors already they developed. They are in testing level. That's why some companies they already posted their websites. SRM not in that production level or testing level. Still they are in research level only. You don't have any research design sheets in websites. I think you refer EMF Innovations. I think they are currently working on SRM motors. TVS Lucas also they are currently working. Better you refer any journals there they are giving a design table in that paper itself. Refer yourself because I am currently working on permanent magnet synchronous motor. Okay, I am expert in PMSM outer rotor and inner rotor. And if you want I design, I suggest alternator also. But SRM I'm not working because now it is in research level only. I am not insist my students also when I am a professor. I am not insist my students to do SRM because controllers are very complicated. If you are doing research level, research in the sense means you don't refer some papers. Don't refer standard journals. You refer any conference papers because conference they are giving some design sheets. So better you refer conference papers. That is good for you. Okay. Why most, another one question from Aravindan. Why most of the companies are Chinese? Are the manufacturing products cheap? Yes, default. Their raw materials availability is vast, low cost, production cost is less. Our Indian country giving motor for any drone applications 3,000. US peoples they are giving motors for 4,000, but Chinese peoples giving 1,500 rupees because of raw material, labor cost. Okay, their competitions is available in Chinese. That's why I said that most of the companies are in China. Still, our country, US company, UK company, they are all buying motors only there because of these advantages. Machine dimensions, somebody said Viji. Machine dimension in terms of stator pole modification, air gap, or material analysis. Machine design means, again, I said that it's not only in terms of cover everything. If you are a machine design engineer, you need to cover stator, rotor, performance point of view, thermal point of view. Okay, all these 4 points is very, very important. You don't say machine design means in terms of only stator and rotor. Thermal point of view, efficiency point of view, you cover all the things. Material also important. Not only dimension. You design the efficient machine, but you are selecting poor materials. Then you are not able to get good performance. Or thermal it's bad. So all the aspects you need to see. I am not say I am a design engineer. I am not say voltage, current, power is very, very important. One poor machine able to deliver good torque and power, but efficiency may poor. Thermally it may poor. Sometimes weight may high. So you need to consider all 5 factors. Somebody. If you have any questions, you post on this one. What about performance of induction motor in EV applications? Manigandan, yes, as that. I said induction motor is very conventional machine. If you are using Tesla currently using induction motor, still they don't replace the induction motor with permanent magnet motors. The problem induction motor controller circuit is very, very complicated. Manigandan, if you are the expert in induction motor design, you are the expert in power electronics, this controller design, you go with induction motor. Okay, because the problem in induction motor is controller circuit design is very, very poor. That's why very, very complicated. That's why we are not suggested induction motor. Okay. Induction motor also Tesla and Mahindra they are using right now in industries. Okay. Paul Isaac, he asked which motor is best for high speed performance in EV. I said 90% they use PMSM only right now. Okay. PMSM is the best choice. somebody student, I think, Raghupati or something. Whether licenses and documents required to buy motors, where I can get cheapest lithium batteries. Batteries, I don't have idea because I'm not involved in battery designs and all. No need license and documents for buying anything. Okay. Chinese battery also you refer any Chinese lithium ion battery and all Chinese, they are manufacturing very good. Okay, no need. I say that if you want to buy any motor or some other things, no need license documents. You go there, concern website, click that product, whether it is suitable for your requirement, you order direct. Okay, Chinese is products like that one day. No need to buy any document license or some other things for buying motors or battery or some other things. Okay. What are the opportunities, Aravindan? What are the opportunities a computer student can have in EV industries? Computer student. You go on the, I suggest one website there, EMF Innovations. Okay, one of my friend company. She is working in that company. Okay, she is EMF Innovations top manufacturers in Coimbatore, Hub Motors. They're delivering their product all over the world, 2-wheelers and 3-wheelers. She is a computer background. She is not involved in any motor design or power electronics design. Okay. She became a good entrepreneur. Because of her own interest, she learned few things. She started their own company. Now she is expert in motor design, controller design. I said no, openings is there. Their openings is there. If you have any expert in power electronics, embedded C language, 2 years, 3 years, machine design, openings available. Tomorrow also, I will arrange the interviews. Okay, so no need domains. If you are interested to start your own startup, some of the subsidies available. Okay, as a computer science student, if you want to involve any machine design or power electronics controller, you learn yourself for electrical basics and all, then only you will get a good future. Otherwise, you go like an entrepreneur. Okay. Then, yeah, sir, we can, some from Naresh Kumar, I think. We can purchase the motor from online. We can design in cycle. Everything available in online itself. That complete cycle setup is also available in Golden Motors. They given the setup details, everything, motor, components, they sell complete setup. No need to buy here itself. You are to go on Golden Motors website. I showed no. You go that website. Their complete setup available, the procedure available. What is the test procedure? You buy that one, fix it. It show you are the project. You are this is your project. Instead of buying power electronics and power system projects, this is good. So you go and refer Golden Motors. Can we buy products from your company online? Yeah, I show no. Drone motors. They are. I designed 5 motors that is shown that 500, 300, 600, 900. My 3 of my colleagues designed 5 different motors. We have products. If you want data sheet of the product, you go and click that link. You give the details. You'll get the details. If you want that product, you give the order. We deliver. No issue. But all the product we tested only in US. You make the order, automatically you get the product. Lifetime of permanent magnet when it is used in EV. That's why I said that demagnetization. The problem in permanent magnet machine is aging of the magnets only. Surely we will give 10 years warranty. Later on that, what is the behavior, permanent magnet behavior, we don't know that. Any motor, I think they given 5 to 10 years warranty on their entire parts. Okay. Any other questions is there? I think I answered all the questions. If you want any open questions, you unmute yourself and ask the questions. What are the Aravindan, what are the things new EV startup should focus on? Instead of going high market, you concentrate on bicycle or two-wheeler market. That is good size. Once you will get a good experience in that particular field, to grow your industry. Okay. In chat box, I posted my mail ID. Okay. If you have any contacts, you contact me for any doubts. Okay. If any professors attending in this, any recognized supervisors are attending in this workshop. If you want to encourage your student to do PhD in this area, I will support. Contact me at any time, no issue. You send a mail to me, I will give some problems or I will support that particular person. Directly, if you want any problems, please contact me. I am not able to guide any students. I am the recognized supervisor in an university, but if you want many support, I will reach.
Deepak sir, can you give simulation software support? Suppose if our student need.
No, on the someone in future, if same this college or some other giving opportunity to give one-day workshop. I already conducted workshops in VIT Chennai, SEC Chennai, Sri Venkateshwara Chennai, Belmaruthu Adipara Shakti. I conducted live training to the students, hands-on training given, 2-day sessions are given already, which is very helpful for students on its final year projects. Okay, if your college or someone wants your one training sessions of future, you will invite me. I will, based on time facility, I will be.
Dr. Deepak, are there any opportunities for internships in your company for students? Internships.
I can't understand.
Internship. Are you allowing any students to
internship training
practice internship?
No. Actually, we are putting MOU with SSN. Okay. Currently, we are running our research centers only in SSN Incubation Center. Because our company plans, we are going to start in Hosur production plant, and our company going to start in Mahindra City. Okay. Here office is there, but right now we are having research centers only in SSN. We are not giving any intern right now. Future, we have some options.
Thank you, Dr. Deepak.
Any other questions is there? Okay, I conclude my session. Okay, I thank to everyone, all the participants. Okay, for interaction with me, for your patience for past 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Okay. Why again and again I thank to everyone, means it's a vast area. I said you don't have any resource in this particular area. No one interested to teach this design to anyone. Okay, even any industry people's not interested to share these things to students. I am coming from education background, so that's why from my past 13 years I produced nearly 10 or 12 students in this particular area. I encouraged to do the projects in this particular area. Mostly, out of 12 pupils, 8 or 9 pupils working in industry in this particular area. TVS Lucas working, Vestas RRB they are working, EMF Innovations. Okay, so different peoples working in different domains, different application value pumps. Okay, one of my student working in BMW motor design. Why I continuously encourage to work in this area means this is vast area, we don't have that much student research. Okay, so I encourage always students to do projects in this area. As a faculty members, you to try to encourage this area. Even though somebody don't know about this topic, you encourage your students, they learn something and giving to you. then you will get more benefit as a publication wise, project wise, or some other benefits. Okay, you will be able to get that. Okay, that's why I said that. So if you want to publish any papers in this particular area, you refer Applied Computational Electromagnetics Journal, which is in Annexure 1. Okay, it has impact factor almost 1. Elsewhere Energy, they are taking paper in this area. Alexandria Journal, they are taking paper in this area. IET Electrical Power Applications, they are taking paper in this area. Okay, almost are electrical design oriented Journal of Engineering in Annexure 1. Okay. You don't go for paid journal. Energy is free journal. Applied Computational Energy Journal, I think their processing fee, I think $200, I think, but it's very good journal. Okay, you have good openings in this area. Okay, try to learn. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge with us. Participants, we now request you all to kindly fill up the feedback form available in the chat box. I sincerely thank each and every one of you for taking part in this event. We sincerely hope, as participants, you get to take with you the knowledge gained from this session. We also hope to see you all soon in another interesting and informative session. Until then, stay safe, keep learning, and make sure to take care of yourself and your family. I now request our Associate Professor, Dr. K. Kumarasamy, sir, to wrap up the session with a vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Okay, Divya. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to Honorable Resource Person Dr. Deepak, respected HOD, invited participant, faculty members, and my dear students. It makes me pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this event to all dignitaries joined here. I would like to thank our resource person who honored this function with his technical speech. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our Secretary Madam and management team for their support to conduct this workshop. I would like to thank our Principal and Dean Madam for their moral support. I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to our HOD, all department faculty members, students, and volunteers for their help and support. Thanks to all the people who helped me either directly or indirectly to make this event successful. Thanks to all the participants for making this function as a grand success. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.